Hi, it's Carol from McBride's, and today I'm going to start our series known as Transparency Tuesday, where we talk about some of the choices we've made and answer some of your ongoing questions. So today the question is, what happened to all the day-old products? You know, there used to be a corner where you could come in and find yesterday's donuts, for example, on sale for 50% off, or certain bread products on that corner for a discounted price. Now, when they're called day old, let's just talk about a bit about what that means, because in the past, the strategy was, of course, donuts and everything were never sold a second day. So very often in that corner, there were a lot of donuts. The bread and buns, on the other hand, were more than 1 day old. You know, the bread that was sold here when we purchased the bakery was always post-dated 3 days after it was made. So on the third day, that would be sort of the sell-by date, for example. And people found that confusing because people would look at the shelf and they would see that the date was in the future. So when is this bread made? And so we eliminated that and switched to a process where all our products that are on the shelf are dated the day they are made. So you can see here, these are dinner buns, and the date is November 7th. So these were made today. And we sell them for, I believe, 3 days, and then they go to charity. So we don't sell discounted expired products. We feel that if it's in the store and you're buying it, it has to be of a caliber that is worth it. There are other marketing reasons behind that, and I'm happy to go into those later, but I want to make sure that we are clear and transparent about what it is we're doing. Okay, so the unsold product, that was what was being done before. So the old strategy, and the strategy of many bakeries, I've heard people talk about, my mother-in-law talks about the bakery in Unity, Saskatchewan, for example, and she says that you had to go early because they would be out of everything at the end of the day. And so if you actually really wanted something, you'd best get there on your lunch break or even before work if it was something you really wanted. But that's wrong. It's wrong. It's a wrong strategy for a bakery, especially one that wants to be profitable and grow. And so the reason why is something that actually came to us through our interactions with Cobb's Bakery. Some of you may know that before we bought McBride's 5 years ago, we looked into a Cobb's franchise, and we looked very, very closely, and we just didn't get that far in the process. We changed our minds because it turned out that there were bakeries available for sale here in town already. Now, one of the interesting rules about being a Cobb's franchisee is that you must have $500 worth of product on the shelf every day at closing time. Now, they bake everything every day. It's all from mixes, so it's very, very easy. They bake everything every single day, and then that $500 worth of product that they're required to have on the shelf is not going to be sold. So bakers actually have to produce their products for the day with the intent that there's going to be $500 worth of product that they're not going to be able to sell. So what do they do with it? They have a rotation of charities who receive that product. So we were thinking about that, and actually it makes a lot of sense, because who are our customers? Who are our best customers? We love you all, don't get me wrong, but the customer who I really try to work hardest to please is a parent of small children who is on their way home from work and wants to make their dinner planning easier, and maybe pick up a treat or dessert or something along the way too. So it's that parent of young children who wants to make healthy choices, and also is potentially a lifetime customer, and their kids may be lifetime customers. So people who've been a customer of the bakery for 50 years now, it's great, we love your loyalty, but the growth isn't really going to be there. You know, as you get older, you tend to eat a little bit less. And so we need to chase growth in order to become profitable. Okay, so yes, previous owners and previous bakeries tended to bake with the goal of an empty store at close of business. So imagine now, it's 5:45 p.m., the bakery's closing in 15 minutes, and you come in and all the shelves are empty. I mean, it happens sometimes, but most of the time we really aim to have a good selection of products on the shelves at that time. So you come in, the store's empty. Are you going to keep coming in? Are you going to come in next week? on the off chance that maybe it won't be empty this time. No, because we've effectively trained you not to come after work because we won't have anything you want. So we now overproduce with the intent that we will have stuff on the shelves at close of business, and you will be able to have your needs met even if it's 5 minutes before closing in the evening. So then those products, if it's donuts or croissants, they're never sold a second day. So they immediately get packed up for a charitable rotation. The number one is the Champion Center. They get most of our product, and then they also redistribute it throughout the city. So they really take care of a lot of the stress of dealing with that for us. The Students Association at Medicine Hat College, they get the unsold bread and donuts on Thursday mornings, and I get a lot of thumbs up from the students there, because it's, really, college students, they can handle a few extra donuts now and then. They're like, but their metabolisms are amazing. Okay, so yes, we overproduce with the intent that those products will go to charity. We don't want, and also we have so much of it because we have to overproduce, that if you walked in the door and you could see over on the right corner, like there used to be, all this unsold bread at a 50% discount, you would then be able to walk into the bakery and get what you need at a much lower price than what we need you to perceive the product as being worth. So that erodes the premium nature of the product that we're trying to create. And our stuff, a lot of our stuff is more expensive. Our apple pie is a lot more expensive than an apple pie you're going to buy in a supermarket because of how we make it. And we'll get into that later. I'll do a whole pie series on our pie choices. But yes, so serious premium products have to cost a bit more. And when we are perceived as a place to go for a discount, that's a disconnect. It does erode the brand value that we're trying to make. So we don't underproduce, we overproduce, and all the overproduced goods go to a number of charities. For example, every Sunday morning at our church, big stack of bread. So if you want free bread, you can, ask where we go to church. Let's see, anything else? I think I've basically covered it. Oh, I wanted to say, yes. So what's happened? What's been the bonus between switching to this type of production where you plan your production based on your total sales? So here's our supply, and you hope that demand meets supply exactly, to our new overproduction model. Well, here it is. Okay, so the old bakery used to have a model sort of similar to this. Okay, so you'd start work at 6 a.m. and basically sales would be pretty good, peaking around lunch hour until the point where a lot of the stuff is sold out. And then there would be one person on staff until closing. And most of the products would not really be available between 5 and 6 p.m. So sales would be kind of low. And only one person on staff would be necessary. But now it's entirely different. We start off much slower in the morning, and it has a nice little peak around noon. But our busiest time of day is, in fact, between 3 and 4:30 p.m., which is when moms are picking up kids from school, people are getting off work, everybody's stopping in on their way home from work. And that is a much younger clientele, and it's also people who are seeing us as a means to groceries and not just coffee and treats first thing in the morning, for example. So it's been working well for us in that way. So often, people say, oh, you give away so much, it's a charity. The other thing too is it's not just the goodness of our hearts. It's strategic. It's getting our product into the mouths of people in this city, and hopefully it's a superior product and tastes better. And so, if you've gotten bread through one of the charitable groups that receive it, you're not going to be in that situation forever. Things go up and down, and someday maybe you'll come in and be a customer, and that would be brilliant. It'll all come full circle. So thanks, Medicine Hat. I hope I answered the question as to why we no longer sell day-old product, and thank you for listening.